So now, rather than talking about examples, I'm going to show you a simple sales example which will give you a little bit of a feel for CRM and then show you how that might integrate through to Syspro. Alex is a new lead. He's inquiring about bicycles. And let's just assume for a minute here that I've spent some time, I've called Alex or emailed him, I've spoken to him on the phone. I've determined that he's a real opportunity. So I'm going to promote him from the great unwashed leads bucket to an opportunity that will actually go into my pipeline and will put some value to it. So I will go up here and simply convert the lead. So when I convert a lead, I will convert him generally into an opportunity. However, since Alex and Acme Bicycle Manufacturing are brand new to Fabricam, my fictitious sales organization, I'm simultaneously going to create a brand new contact and a brand new account to be associated with that opportunity. And just to show you, we'll open those new records up and look at them. So if Alex was already in the system, I could just take that lead and connect it to an existing contact, but since he's brand new, we'll create a brand new contact. So the system's gone in, created the opportunity, the contact, and the account. Okay, so if we look at the contact, I can fill in more details here about Alex, update his phone number, so on and so forth, but I'm just going to save that. And then I'll just minimize the opportunity for a second here. And the account here, so I've got the account. Alex is the primary contact by default for the account. Let's go to contacts over here. And let's add a new contact. Let's say that Alex has a cousin. His cousin is Marcia Smith. And she's also in contact at acme.com. And of course I can have as many contacts as I want under the one account. And it all relates it all together. So if I talk to Marcia or Alex, that activity is recorded under them individually and under the account that they belong to collectively. So I'll save that account. And now we'll close the lead because we're done with the lead now. It's been turned into an opportunity, and we'll go back to the opportunity. Okay, so now I have my opportunity, and we're getting a little bit more serious now because it's an opportunity. So what price list am I going to give Alex? Okay, I only have one price list set up, so we'll just give him a list price. And what close date am I going to give this opportunity? I'm going to be really optimistic. I'm going to say we're going to close this sucker tomorrow, so I'll mark him down for the 30th. Okay. So now I have an opportunity. I haven't put a value to it or any details. Because it's now being promoted beyond the simple lead, I might start going in and putting specific product information. And in fact, if we're going to be doing forecasting, I need to get a bit more specific. So we'll go in here and we'll add some product details. So I'll pick my product. I've only got a couple to choose from. We'll take bicycles. And unit of measure, we've only got one unit of measure for our bicycles. And let's say that Alex wants 15 bicycles. That's a quote on, or an opportunity. We think we're going to sell him 15 bicycles. And we'll save that. Now I might have other products as well. I can add other lines to this opportunity. Okay, so let's just save that again. Now at that point I might send Alex a quote. In fact, I might send Alex several quotes. I might send him a quote for 15, but let's just say for argument's sake I want to upsell him. So I'd say to Alex, if you buy 50, I go in and create a quote here, which of course copies across all the details. And I go in and I say, let's take that 15, let's make that 50, but if you buy 50, I'll give you a break on the price. I'll drop them, boy, those are expensive bicycles. I'll drop them to $44.90 instead of $4,905, which will save you a bundle, Alex. And I can do numerous quotes. So I can send out all sorts of quotes, and I can print or email or whatever from here. But the fact that I've done multiple quotes doesn't confuse my pipeline because the pipeline is related to the opportunity. I'm still really thinking that Alex will buy 15, but I'm going to quote him on 50, you never know. So I'll save that quote. I might do several more quotes. But for the purposes of our demo here, we're not going to say, okay, let's assume some more time has passed. In the real world, I'd probably wait until that opportunity had reached a certain maturity. Maybe it's reached a certain sales stage, or maybe I put a weighting factor on it, and I say, well, it's early on, so I'm going to put a 50% weighting on it, or an 80% weighting on it, or whatever the formula might be. For the purposes of the demo today, I've just said, no, those 15 bicycles, they're in our pipeline, they're going to be part of our forecast now. So I'm going to save that opportunity. Let's just quickly go over here to Syspro. and see what we've got in the forecast system right now. So I have 112 bicycles that need to be made for tomorrow. That's my demand. Pretty simple demand. So, okay, 112 is my demand at the moment. Let's close that. What I'm going to do now is simulate an overnight update. Now, you wouldn't normally update your forecast in real time. You could if you wanted to, but normally you might do it once a day or once a week, according to your schedule that is appropriate for manufacturing. So I'm just going to go in here and simulate an overnight update to actually update my forecast. And then when I go back into Syspro, we can see here that my forecast, my demand for bicycles is now 127. So, a simple example perhaps, but it shows you how you can integrate the CRM system to multiple different places within the Syspro system. And of course it will work the other way too. Syspro updates can go back into CRM. Now that brings it to an end to my demo. Let's just recap a little bit. Why is this important? There's this one central theme here, and that's integration. We talked about integration to Outlook. Obviously, both Microsoft products and Microsoft have spent a lot of time and a lot of effort making the integration of Outlook as seamless as possible, so that you can work within a familiar Outlook interface, so that your users will adopt it, so that you'll get good data and you can manage your business. If somebody leaves, you don't lose the information that might previously have been in their head or on paper or who knows, in the ether. So that and the integration to Syspro has a similar effect. You've now got less rekeying, you've got more responsive processes, you can process a quote faster, you can react to the pipeline. If the pipeline increases or decreases, you can update your forecast and therefore your demand calculation much more readily, much more quickly, with an immediate link through from the sales team and their forecasts, and the systematic calculation of what they've actually got in the pipeline through to your demand calculation in Syspro. All of these things will improve your quality of your customer service, so you'll react faster, you're less likely to have to short ship or have a stock outage. You'll react faster to your customers' demands. You'll have happier customers. You'll retain them, so you'll keep those customers. As Rick mentioned, 2% increase in customer retention is equivalent to a 10% reduction in overheads, so you'll end up with more sales. On the flip side, if you're managing your forecast and your demand better, you can manage your inventory better. You can manage your other resources, your capacity planning, your people, your machines, your other constraints in your manufacturing process. You can manage them better because you have a more up-to-date and more responsive forecast or demand calculation. That leads to lower costs. Bottom line is your company makes more money. So on that note, I'm going to pass you back now to Carlos. And, whoops, here we go. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Ray. We appreciate you that attended this webinar, and we trust it's been of a benefit to you. We've had some great responses to the invitations that we sent out. We'd like to thank Rick McCutcheon for joining us. Thank you again, Rick.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Carlos.
If we'd also recognize there's a lot of different manufacturing companies out there, and a lot of features and benefits of Microsoft CRM and Syspro's integration that we haven't shown today. So Ryan Langford, and myself, Carlos Eckert, will contact you if you attended the webinar and share with you in detail some of the things about Microsoft CRM and the integration to Syspro. Also, Rick McCutcheon has generously offered us a 50% discount to the attendees of this webinar for his up-and-coming webinar called CRM Planning and Implementation Workshop. And what that essentially is a non-technical workshop on how to plan and implement for a CRM implementation. So you can contact Ryan or myself for that as well. Other than that, we hope you have a great rest of your afternoon, and from Rick and everyone at Candle West, thank you again for joining us. We look forward to speaking to you. Goodbye.